Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton. Now I'm going to finish up Pro. This is going to be holes number 14 through number 18. So, I released them as fast as I could. I got most of them out yesterday, woke up today, knocked out the rest of the Pro round. I hope you're having a great round. Let's go ahead and hop into hole number 14. So, hole number 14, we're going to play 10% at max. I'm going to go right side. I know a lot of people go left side in headwind to avoid going over the water here, because a great ball could hurt you. But that's why I use the rock for the accuracy stat, and then we can still find the same funnel by going over to the right hand side and then doing the bounce over shot. There is a funnel from the left, but then it requires a rough bump, I believe, from shots in the past. So here we're just going right over it. You see how to play this one. Now, the thing about it is whenever you take a break from the game, like I did, and I had to play this in chunks, sometimes you don't hit perfect, which is what you're going to see here on this shot. This shot is our funnel shot. Pretty easy to find here from the top of this little fairway patch. You always combine that left side spin, sometimes with top spin, sometimes with back spin. But you see there, we got a nice little funnel. We get ourselves set up, and we make our adjustment here. And then really all we need to do is hit perfect, and we're typically good to go. But unfortunately, I hit a great ball to the right. And, it was even a really nasty great ball to the right. Like, it wasn't even close to hitting perfect. So, that one cost me. All I need you guys to do and gals to do is just hit a perfect ball here and get this thing started right back up where you left off. All right, that's going to take us in here to hole number 6. Hole number 6 gives us an excellent opportunity for an albatross here with this wind angle. We're going to go 6 top, 3 bars, a side spin to the left. I went with 6 top just to mimic a lot of other players who are going to be watching me, just because this albatross is such a good opportunity. Here I'm trying to find a little sticky spot on the fairway, but ultimately you're going to have to turn your computer around here or your tablet or phone around to push your rings instead of pull. And again, with the great ball, but that's going to be okay on this drive. I should have took some practice shots, but I'm using way too many kingmakers in practice round, so I'm trying to run low. So I should have took some practice shots, but I didn't. Here we're going to play minus 10% at max. Now look how close we get this. The first thing I want you to do is apply your spin. 1 top, 3 bars of side spin to the right. Now there's 2 things we can do here. One, we can maybe apply just a bit more top spin, but we want to keep the side spin to the right the same, or we can tweak our landing position. Here you see that because we're getting tailwind, I'm leaving this one right here, okay? Just below the pin. This is a really good zoomed in angle of my ball guideline and where I'm aiming. I'm just going to let this thing play out in real time so that you can see the pull. 4.6 miles an hour. I believe I pulled this one exactly 4 rings. And then you'll get to see here how the ball reacts. Finally hit a perfect ball. I would go ahead and aim this one directly at the pin. I would aim dead center. I mean, at the end of the day, this ball went exactly where my ball guideline was pointing to. So it went exactly where we told it to go. So hopefully you can just aim this one directly at the pin. You can keep your speed good so it doesn't lose the steam and come down that slope. We want to keep the speed nice so it rolls directly into the hole. This one's always a little tricky, but when we play it right, it's always very close. So, and I do think you guys can get this one to drop. Okay, let's take this on to our next hole, 10% at max. Now the thing with this one is I did practice because I needed some drops. So, to use berserkers in practice, which is never fun. But anyways, we're getting like this crosswind with a headwind angle. Now this one's only 6 miles an hour. I had a couple shots that were in the high sevens. So what I want you to do, depending on your level of APOC, you see here, I paused it right here so you can see that the game starts me at max. It starts me at a plus 31. Okay, that's with the APOC and a Zerk ball. Now, the accuracy to me on this shot is going to be the most important because we're going to be playing a full curl, full overpower shot, but we are trying to hit perfect. Okay, we are trying to hit perfect. It's not going to be a power shot or anything. So what I want you to do is I want you to apply your spins, and then I want you to back your target up, anywhere from 8 to, let's call it 11 or 12 yards. And that's just to make sure you can pull your rings without going into overpower. Really, really important to me on a lot of these holes. So here, I didn't apply my spin first because I knew, where I needed to set up. About 10 yards less because it's only 6 mile per hour wind. Oh no, I did apply my spins first. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. I paused the video. So here we go. 5 top, 2 left. 6 mile an hour wind. I could have done a little bit more top. The higher the wind, the more top spin you can do. And then you'll get to see here how the shot comes in. It comes in pretty nice. Like I said, full curl, full OP. Trying to hit perfect. We do hit perfect. And then we launch this thing at the fairway. So we could have done some more top spin, but really the top spin is not going to matter. It gives us a really good range here. Now, here's the difficult part for me to explain is we're taking this shot with a wedge. So the shot you're going to see me play is 30% at 70% slider. The reason that we have to use a slider on this hole is just because when you're using an Embringer, the amount of rings that you have to pull from mid distance to max distance is like crazy, okay? So for example, like with a Power 5 ball at 30% elevation, 6.9 miles per hour, for example, would be 5 rings at mid, but it would be 10 rings at max. So you're going to have to figure out, like, you're playing somewhere in between mid and max. So what you can do is you can stretch your club, all the way to max distance, line it up with the pin, and see, like where at, in reference, are you to the club. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense to you, that's okay. I've never really done a video on slider, but many people have. I would just, if you get in the same area as me, I would just play this one 75% slider. And the reason that I knew to play it there is because on my other account, I missed to the right, which means I did not pull enough rings. Hopefully that makes sense. But even here, I'm pulling it 70% slider. I still barely make this shot onto the right-hand side. So I really needed to pull 75. 75 would get me more center. I'm happy that I made the shot, don't get me wrong. But I'm just trying to tell you how to get the ball more center into the hole. Because here I believe I pull, 7 rings. And the difference in that 5% is another 0.5 rings. See, I barely rolled the cup there. That's as close as you can get to making it without it going in and rolling out. So we'll take the eagle there. That's a really good shot. That gives you a really nice line. Neither of my opponents made the eagle on this hole. None of the opponents, well, I practiced it twice. None of my opponents in practice mode made the eagle either. So this might be one where you gain a shot on the field if you're able to pick it up. So best of luck there on that one. All right, this is going to be the same thing as the front 9. This is the super duper dangerous rough bump. Okay, don't take it if you don't have the confidence in hitting perfect. And I'll be honest, I didn't really have the confidence in hitting perfect. I didn't really feel like I was hitting good shots up to this point. But like I said, I needed drops. I wanted to get a top 10 finish, to have a good tiebreaker score. So I was really needing this drop on both my accounts. And I did pick it up only on one. But full top, little bitty bit amount of left side spin. Now this time, you're going to see here, instead of aiming on the right-hand side of the flag stick, we're aiming on the left-hand side of the flag stick. This is a very, very, very good wind scenario. You know, we're getting tailwind. It's just a little bit of crosswind from left to right, which is why we're offsetting this one to the left of the hole. The reason that we're using a wind 5 ball here is just because we just want to make this one as easy as possible. Of course, you could use yourself a Kingmaker, you could use yourself a Navigator if you wanted to. Those would be the 2 balls I would take a look at if you weren't using a W5 ball. But here, you know, we just barely miss this one to the left-hand side. But, oh, hold on. Hold on a second. We got one incoming, everybody. We got one incoming. Clearly, I showed you the wrong replay. Okay, let's take a look at this replay. So, full top. Little bit of left side spin. You see that? And here David learns his lesson from his miss. Now you see I'm still offset to the left, but I'm more center left than I was on that last shot. 1 for 1 the pull. So whatever your wind is, you're going to pull that many rings. Perfect ball. Like I said at the beginning, I was 1 for 2 on this one. I just wasn't planning on showing you the miss, but there's the make. All right. Hole number 17 leads us into the final round. I hope I'm doing a great job for you. You know, we're going to get more pro content out this weekend. You know, probably they're going to be on Sunday, more than likely. All right, and then we got hole number 18, which is going to be right here. Hole number 18, you know, the thing that I don't like about this hole is on the drive, we're getting some headwind. Just a little bit, though, so it doesn't make it too terrible. You know, I like using the rock on this hole. Again, good accuracy. 2 side spin to the left, 2 side spin top. 2 left, 2 top. Here I'm backing my driver up just a little bit. I just want the top of my ball guideline looking like that. Okay, as long as I know that it's not in the rough and I'm leaving a decent amount of distance between the fairway and rough, I'm not going to experience a roll into the rough. And that's why I'm also keeping this at 2 top, half a ball of curl to the left. We get that ever so important perfect ball. And to be honest here, for me, I'm leaving too much distance between the fairway and the rough. I would actually like to push that one a little harder and get it further up. But the good thing is, you know, you bring your big dog, you bring your Cataclysm. I've been using the big dog all tournament long. Yeah, I don't really know why. But now I switch to my Cataclysm, as that's my better wood club. But here, you know, we make our wind adjustment. This is actually a pretty easy shot when you're playing in between these trees. Just don't forget to use your overpower, okay? Remember, we got to counter effect that headwind push that we're getting. So we got to use a little bit of OP just to power this ball through the rough and then get it to stop right there on the fairway. That's it, everybody. I'll see you for rookie tomorrow. I'll see you for pro on Sunday. I hope you subscribe. I hope you hit the thumbs up. And if you'd like to show me some love, help me replenish these Kingmakers and practice tokens, you can always make a donation to my channel via PayPal. That's in the comments section below. Have an awesome Friday.